Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Let's Talk CFL podcast episode number 664. I'm your host, Christopher Jones, coming to you live from Abbotsford, British Columbia. It was a warm one here, and we're going to talk some football here. That's Canadian football, CFL football, because why? It's the best. Yeah, okay. I say that all the time, but I really mean it. Canadian football is the best football out there. That's why we watch it, and that's why. Look, I even got an American down up here watching it because, that's what he likes it good. Okay. Anyhow, don't stick your finger in your eye. Let's introduce the panel. Mike Dennis, Portland, Oregon. How you doing, buddy? Welcome back.
I'm doing very good, except over the weekend I'm watching a game, and it started the fourth quarter, and the game goes off for minor league soccer. So I was not a very happy guy.
I told you how to fix that. I told you how to fix that before the season started.
So beyond that, I'm doing okay. It's going to be a good football week, and my Edmonton Elks are not going to lose this week or win. We're going to have a bye, and so I'm going to be able to relax.
Yeah, they're not going to lose this week. They're not going to win either. I don't know. They have a pretty soft schedule for the rest of the year. Rose pointed that out a couple weeks ago, and she's right. It's my God, you might get your 12 wins this season there, Mike. It might just actually happen. Scary as it is. I will have to concede eat my crow on that one for sure. I will. I definitely will. I honestly did not think Edmonton was capable of doing that this season. And like I said last week, and I got a really dirty look from Rose, was that I don't think any of the teams are really playing up to the level of where they should be. We've had some great games, but I don't think the teams are as good as they should be. Anyhow, Scott Moreland, Regina, Saskatchewan, green guy.
Doing good. Had a good weekend, and then good start to the week. Looking forward to talking some football and talking about all the results, predicting some football, and yeah.
You just enjoy talking your wounds football from Sunday?
No,
not at all. No, you still heard about that?
No.
Okay.
I was good right after the game ended.
It was actually a pretty good game. It wasn't a bad game. So anyhow, Rose Henry, Edmonton, Alberta. Almost said Saskatchewan for a second. Hello.
Had a great weekend of football. Enjoyed every minute of it, and loved the Friday night in Edmonton. The weather was beautiful. The crowd was there. They're really coming back in Edmonton, and it's so nice to see.
Good.
Loved it.
Wonder when that was. I got a message from some guy. Was it nice?
Where in Edmonton?
Yeah. It said a message
beautiful
request, so I went and looked at it, and it just says, "You're a fucking idiot." And I went, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, no, it was absolutely gorgeous there. Like the weather was perfect. It was a 7:30 game, so it was kind of late. So it wasn't hot. It was just marvelous, except for the first half.
Yeah, it was a weird game.
Will McDonald, Calgary, Alberta.
That's me. I'm here. I watched all the football games this past weekend.
Good.
I was probably more disappointed than Scott was about Saskatchewan losing to BC because I hate, and Rose will agree with me that we hate whenever BC beats anybody. Okay, so it kind of sucked, just saying. And I'm being truthful, okay? Like, hey, what can I say? Anyways,
I don't know what BC ever did to you.
I think it's because you and Charles have been BC fans and you've been sticking it in my face for 11 years now, and you haven't won shit in 11 years.
We haven't won shit, so I don't know why you're picking on us about it.
But I am gonna miss this weekend's game again. I've missed more games in Calgary this year than I've gone to. Okay, so but I will be there on Labor Day for sure. Because there's nothing like seeing a Green Elks team get their ass kicked by an inferior Calgary team. So
it happened.
Just saying. Well, it's Labor Day. The records don't matter. Records don't matter.
Records don't matter.
Not at all.
Mike still has to learn this one.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to talk some football now. Let's go over to the Sparky list, and I will start off at the beginning on the first game, which was a Thursday night game. Had the Ottawa Red Blacks into Montreal to play the Alouettes, and oh my God, was this a train wreck?
Exactly
Yeah,
how we thought it would go.
yeah, it did. I'm surprised that the score was as high as it was, but it was definitely all Montreal. So good for them. And they absolutely annihilated Ottawa. And I don't know. They did not play with purpose. They did not play with any urgency. There was no discipline. There was nothing that that team showed that
A lot
it
of players absolutely gave up.
resembled a team.
I got
Once again,
yelled
what
at.
do you say to players when they've lost every game this year? What do you say to them that they will believe? Okay?
You can't. You
Like
can't. And
really?
you're playing the number one team in the league,
Yeah.
Well,
right? Team that's
well,
lost one game this year, and you have not won one game this year. How do you get them up? How do you motivate them? It's a good point, William. How do you do it? Michael, what did you have to say there?
Well, first of all, I got yelled at by some fan that said that Ottawa did not quit, that there's no quitting in football. It's professional football, and they're paid to play. But I'm looking at this game.
He's right.
If that is the worst, that had to be one of the worst quarterback football games I've ever seen in my life. I'm sorry, it was a train wreck, and I blame Dinwiddie for orchestrating that train wreck.
McLeod Bethel Thompson did get into the game, but it was only for about 5, 6 plays, wasn't it? Or
He's not.
I,
He's done. His career is over. He shouldn't even be in the league.
there's a lot of players that shouldn't be in the league,
I'm not
including
going to
Jake
argue
Mayer.
with Mike on that one.
No.
I mean, as much crap as I took last year about Edmonton, the first 7 games of the year, at least they played with some heart. Ottawa doesn't.
Okay, but
Yeah,
what's
but
the
we don't
factor in
have-
being a good quarterback, Mike? Your factor is to won a Grey Cup. Well, McLeod Bethel Thompson's won a Grey Cup.
He did. Where?
Yeah,
Yep.
with Toronto,
in Toronto.
What's
When
wrong?
2022.
No, Toronto.
McLeod
He's-
Bethel. Well, no,
Yeah, that was
Chad
Toronto.
Kelly is the one that finished that game.
Chad Kelly finished it, but
Yeah.
only because McLeod Bethel Thompson got hurt. He was winning it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he was, he never left until the fourth quarter. Like
Yeah,
And he
was-
got
played
them
most
there
of the
too.
game.
The
Yeah,
year,
and
the
he got
year,
them there.
the
But
year
he
I
went to
became-
Edmonton, lost. Everywhere else he's going, he's lost.
the year I became an Edmonton Elks fan, he was there, and he was terrible. He actually made Trey Ford look good.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Nobody can make Trey Ford look good.
Especially not in Edmonton.
Quarterback bias around here. It's disgusting. Okay. Anyhow, so yeah, this was a terrible game of football. Montreal actually played fairly decent. I'm surprised that they only scored 46 points. They moved the ball at will. And Davis Alexander had what, 355 yards or 356 yards or something like that?
He had
260.
Oh, yeah, a lot more than
260.
that.
260. Sorry. I know there was 3 quarterbacks this week that got over 350 yards or close to over 300 yards.
but they had a lot of rushing yards.
They had a lot of
Yeah,
rushing
they
yards.
did.
Okay, so the final score on this was 46-16 for the Montreal Alouettes over the Ottawa Red Blacks, 62 points. Everybody picked Montreal to win.
No
so everybody
way.
got 100 points. Yeah, it's true. It's true story. Everybody picked that. So Charles picked up an extra 34, Will with 30, CJ nailed it at 50. Did I? Okay.
Yeah, you did.
Going down here, Mike got 36, Scott 40, and Rose 38. So it was pretty close. We all had pretty close to the same score in there. Friday Night Football had the Winnipeg Blue Bombers going into Edmonton to play the Elks. And this was a sloppy game of football, in my opinion. And nobody was scoring. It was just like, it was 6-6. It was like field goals. It looked like a baseball game or something, it was just terrible. And they never did actually get motivated and get going. And it was a matter of who had the ball last got to win. Rose, you were at the game. Come on and tell us what you saw.
Well, the first half was just brutal by Edmonton. I mean, we were sitting there honestly in shock, all of us. And then they went into the dressing room at halftime and came back and said, oops, sorry, we didn't mean to do that. And it was the exact opposite. It was a complete 180 by both teams.
Yeah, Winnipeg owned them in the first half, absolutely owned them. And I don't think they scored a point in the second half, did they?
They got a field goal.
So it was 16-6 or something at the half.
With as much as Winnipeg owned them in the first half, the defense for Edmonton held them to 16 points.
Mm-hmm.
And if it was not for the Edmonton defense in the first half, they would have lost this game.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. It was a surprise game for me, and I think it surprised most people. And I can understand Rose just throwing shit at the stadium, being just angry with this game.
And Winnipeg came back in the second half, and they were like, "Yeah, just sit down, Brady. We don't need you." Even though you ran all over them in the first half.
But it goes to show what you and I have been talking about, that Scott, the whole year, that Winnipeg, it's time for a rebuild, and they just refuse to do it.
Well, they need a rebuild from coaches and players.
Mike, we've actually been saying that since what, 2023?
Yeah. They've just
because
been gluing onto the hope.
Yeah. They needed to do it.
Like in the first half, they looked like the team, that 5-year span team. They really did.
Yeah, and what were they doing? They were giving the ball to one person, right?
And that's all you need to do.
And that's what I'm saying.
Brady Oliveira, and let him pound the ball up the middle. And there's very few defenses that can stop him.
110 yards in the first half.
So why did they stop doing that?
It's Winnipeg.
That's the $1 million question, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but a lot of teams stop doing it. It's ridiculous. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if they don't think the running game is not exciting for fans or what, but they all stop doing it. I mean,
Spinning is exciting for fans, and if you're winning with the running game, you should do it.
Up until last year or last week, Rankin had all but disappeared for 2 games. Where was he for 2 games? Right?
2 games. It was more than that.
It's 4.
Whatever.
Several.
I think teams get
Mm.
get afraid that eventually, if they keep running the ball, it's going to get figured out, so they try and move away from it. But I always think, just keep doing it until they stop you.
That's what I've always thought.
And by the way,
run sets up the pass.
Since we're here
Always
right
has.
now, Charles Cliff has entered the screen. Afternoon,
I
my
snuck in.
friend.
Sorry, I was a little bit late. Today's just sneaking in a little late.
Sneak
but I'm
in.
here
I
now.
pushed the button that said admit.
Okay, well that
We
works.
knew
too.
we knew you were coming, Charles.
He sneaked in after
Yep.
you got admitted.
Yeah, fair enough.
We
Excellent.
can't let you sneak in because you know how me and CJ sit here and talk shit about you. So, you know.
Well, that's a good point. So
Yeah,
Right.
we,
So there's no
we
way
have
you
to
can
know when
sneak
you're
in.
coming because I don't
That's right.
want to say anything bad.
We don't want to offend you. That's all.
Okay. Okay, so this was the Edmonton Elks 22 points. I think that's the lowest score of this season, I think. And the Winnipeg Blue Bombers 19. A winning game at 22 points. That's pretty low in this league right now.
Yep.
Total
very good.
count was 41. Everybody picked Edmonton to win, so everybody got 100 points on this one. Charles picked up an extra 6. Will got 16. CJ got Zippo. Mike got Zippo. Scott picked up 10 and Rose with 4. The Saturday night game saw the Hamilton Tiger Cats traveling up the road, up the highway up the 401, isn't it? Or whatever highway that is.
Yeah, 401.
Up to Toronto and to play the Argonauts. And I don't know. 100%, I believe Trey Ford is the best quarterback in the Hamilton locker room. I just don't think that that's good enough to play in this league.
You're not admitting that, are you?
Wait,
I've always
but
admitted that.
will you admit though, CJ, that Frosty the Snowman, Throwman has the best nickname.
Yes, I will admit,
Okay.
Frosty the Throwman
Ever.
has
It's
the
even better
absolute
than
best
ever.
nickname
it's
in
even better
CFL
than Badge.
history.
Okay.
Him and Badge, yeah. Okay.
I-
Now,
I-
Rose,
I-
I want to quantify. I want to quantify my position with Trey Ford. When Trey Ford was the starting quarterback in Edmonton on this podcast, I absolutely trashed him. Okay. He is not a starting quarterback in the CFL. He never got the proper training. He came out of CIS or U Sports. They don't have the right coaching. If he was a good enough, talented quarterback, he would have got picked up by a NCAA team and he would have got proper training down in the States. But because he stayed in U Sports, I said his talent level was never there. But I was impressed with his athletic ability.
Yeah, of course, everyone is.
Okay. So, but he never got the proper training and got to sit behind a quality quarterback with a good set of coaching all the way. So I always saw potential in him in moving forward, but he never realized it. Okay. I still would have liked to have seen him go to BC. I think he would have been really good in Hamilton next year, the year after, if Bo Levi Mitchell didn't get hurt. But throwing him back into the fire as a starter right now without that training, without that coaching, without that experience of holding a clipboard was unfair to him, unfair to the Hamilton team, and unfair to the Hamilton fans. But there
Well,
was
they
no
don't
other
have a
choice.
though.
They
Yeah.
had no choice. Okay. So am I a Trey Ford fan? Yeah, I like the kid. I think he has
I
some
like
talent.
him too.
Is he a starter in the CFL? As Will says, no
No.
fucking way. He's
No.
not. He's not now. He never has been.
Yeah.
Okay. I will concede that point. I am not trying to promote something in him that is not there. I never have. Because I
But I
did
think-
trash him really badly before.
but I do believe it's fair to say that last week he played one of the best games of his career. He had 356. He had 356 yards in passing, and he had 33 yards in rushing. It was a good Trey Ford game, and I thought Carrick Wheatfall was terrific as well. It just that
100%.
their defense
He's-
just
don't-
couldn't stop Toronto.
Disagree.
He's progressing, but Hamilton needs to stop playing the quarterback carousel. Leave one person in and let them go.
Stick with them.
Let
I think-
Ford
well,
just
they
run.
don't
Hamilton
have-
needs to do
they
a
don't-
lot of things.
They would have stuck with Frosty the Throwman, but
He got
he's
hurt.
hurt. So they had
He
no
got
choice
hurt.
but to play him.
Well, I'm hearing that he might be starting this week,
Yeah, well, then he's better.
which
Go
means
around and
that would
around
be
and
awful.
around in the circle because this
Yeah,
ain't going to
but
work.
but Trey
Yeah,
Trey
there's-
Ford has had two good games back to back. How can you
Mhm.
take him out of the starting lineup?
His
That'd be
stats are
stupid.
good.
He's
His
progressing.
stats are good. The team sucks.
Yeah, did he win
Did-
both those games or not?
No, they
When
He
lost.
did not win either of
Well,
them.
then
One of
who
them, he
cares?
did- he wa-
Put somebody
I
in who
thought-
can win.
You think
No, but you
Frosty the
can't blame that on
Snowman
the
can?
quarterback. You got to blame it on the
Yes, I
defensive
do.
play.
I actually do.
You
He
think
actually
Frosty
can
the
throw the ball,
Throwman is going
and
to
he
win?
doesn't run around when he's panicked. So I just don't like Trey Ford. I'll admit it.
We know.
Yeah, we know that. There's no doubt in my mind. We know that.
To be
He's
fair as well.
as far as not being edgy or not nobody helping you out, he's past being helped out now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes.
And
that's what I
And
was
that's
trying to
highly
tell you,
possible. I think
Christopher.
that this is
Yeah.
his last season in the CFL.
Yeah, but to be
I have
fair,
no doubt about that.
Well, but on the
Frosty
other
wasn't
hand,
playing
he's not worse than any other backup in the CFL.
Oh, he'd be a great backup. Charles,
No.
what were you going to say?
I was
Sorry,
just saying,
Charles.
to be fair, before he got injured, Frosty was actually playing well,
Yeah, he
and then he
was.
got hurt.
He was.
Yeah,
And Hamilton was doing really well when Bo was there. So, you
yes,
know,
he was. They were.
But he got hurt.
he got hurt and he's done. So, you know,
All-
Hamilton did not have a quality plan B,
Well, clearly
but
they
not
didn't have
many
an,
teams does.
they didn't have an
Do.
offensive line to protect them.
Okay, so this was a lopsided, one-sided game, and you know what? For all intents and purposes, Toronto was very dominant in this game, despite their quarterback. Because Chad Kelly didn't have a great game. What is he?
He didn't.
He did not. Mind you, he
No.
didn't throw 4 or 5 interceptions either.
No, he threw
Was it
3
one or
That's also a
touchdowns.
problem.
3 touchdown passes, 1 interception, 289 yards passing.
No, that's not terrible.
He didn't have a bad game, but it wasn't
Nope.
amazing and it wasn't good enough, especially against Hamilton.
No.
But they did end up with some good offense, ended up with 39 points, and Hamilton had a whopping 20 points. So that was 59. Let's see. CJ picked Hamilton to win, and so did Rose. Rose, you and I, we're the losers. Everybody else picked Toronto. Charles picked up 34 points. Will got 32. CJ got 36. Mike hit 40. Scott nailed it at 50. And Rose picked up 24. The last game of the week was a 4:00 start in British Columbia, where the Saskatchewan Roughriders came over to play the Lions, BC Lions. And prior to this, we had a big festival out in the Terry Fox Plaza, and it was great. It was the Watermelon Smash, and we got to break a bunch of watermelons. And I'll tell you, I was really almost concerned or scared when I was in Terry Fox Plaza before the game, because it was inundated with green. Okay. Literally, it was 60 to 70% green in the parking lot, in the beer garden, and everywhere else. And then I went into the stadium, and honestly, that was probably the poorest representation of the Saskatchewan Roughriders I've seen in 30 years. There
That's
really
funny, 'cause
was not.
I thought the
Go ahead.
exact same thing.
There was very, very, very few green jerseys. In fact, I think every green jersey that was in that stadium was in the beer garden.
I don't know, maybe, but I
Because that's the
looked
only way
around
that.
and I'm like, you know what? There's
But-
normally more green guys here.
But if it's now, don't be offended by this, Scott.
Oh, I don't
If
care.
it's a typical Rider fan, they spend all their money on beer and can't afford a ticket to the game. Did they have Pilsner there, CJ?
Yeah, they did.
I don't know how to argue that one.
I don't think you can.
I don't.
Yeah, it was a great game. I really enjoyed it. I got to go in early.
So, Scott,
at
do you
2:30 in the
understand
afternoon.
why? Scott, do you understand why in my 20s, when I went to games in Regina, why I almost got killed? Do you understand why?
Oh, 100%.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
we do.
100.
We do.
Because my mouth was probably a lot bigger than it is now.
And yeah, it was kind of funny because my seats were literally directly below Charles. Like he
Yeah.
was like right above me, and it was kind of cool. So I was down on field level before the game, and he takes my picture and sends it to me.
Yep.
It said posted up there, and I went, "What the fuck are you? I can't find you." And
The
I was
weirdest
looking all
part of
over.
that, I got into my seat, sat down, and you were like one of the first things I saw. I looked down, I saw all the people, and your .08 Beer Me jersey just jumped right out at me because it was right down below me. I'm like, huh, that was easy to find them.
It was. That's pretty cool. I had fun with that one. It was a great game. Charles, you talk about it.
Well, the Lions played well. That might be the most complete game the Lions have played this week, or this week.
This week,
year.
definitely this week.
Yeah, absolutely this week.
The offense was good. The offense was good. The defense was pretty good. Special teams, still work to do there. But I thought Nathan Rourke, 22 of 28, 78%, another 300 plus yards, 2 more touchdowns. Javon Katoya is a big game. They spread the ball out really well. I think McInnes had 5 catches. I think Hatcher had 5 catches. Katoya had, I think, 6. They were doing well. Not as good as the running game as I was hoping, although you could tell again the Riders were keen on Xander Horvath. Anytime he got the ball, he got swarmed. Butler, he had a couple of decent runs. Butler had a couple of decent runs. But all in all, they were under 100 yards. Riders can't be too upset with their run defense. One thing I will say about this, Lions I thought played well. They got a lot of help from Saskatchewan themselves. Bad turnovers, bad penalties. They had 2 TDs taken off the boards by penalties. So they weren't very disciplined. Trevor Harris made a couple of terrible throws that got picked off. So the game probably could have been closer, but the Riders just had a terrible. They just, whenever they seemed to get some momentum, they would give it away with a bad penalty or a turnover. And that was pretty much the story of the game. And the Lions, when Saskatchewan made those mistakes, the Lions made them pay for it. So even though I think the Lions themselves left some points on the board, but a good win, like I said, probably their most all-around best win of the year so far. So encouraged. It was an entertaining game. It was fun to watch. So no complaints here.
I think what we saw in the game was exactly what we thought at the very beginning of the year when you signed Sankey. He was pressuring and pressuring and pressuring Harris all night long. That defense was relentless, and they forced Saskatchewan to make mistakes.
They did.
That's why I really like Sankey's sack on Harris when the helmet came flipping off, and I went, "Oh my fucking God, that's a penalty, man! That's going to be a high tackle or something like that." But he literally, I saw it on replay, and he just wrapped him up perfect, threw him, and the helmet just came flipping off. So
the helmet came off only because he tapped himself.
Because he tucked his head in.
Perfectly clean.
Yeah, but you guys have got a two-headed monster. If that two-headed monster is going on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
You're playing like the team I thought you would be at the beginning of the year.
And I'm also going to point out that so far that Lorenzo Malden has been an excellent pickup for the Lions. He had 2 sacks in this game as well.
And Xander Horvath had an amazing hurdle.
Oh yeah, he jumped right over top of a guy.
Yeah,
the guy was like, "Gotta go low on this guy." Also,
he went low on him, and the next guy went high and took him out really hard. So okay, this was BC Lions 30 points. BC Lions 30, Saskatchewan 16, total of 46 points. William and Michael are the ones that picked Saskatchewan. Scott even picked BC here. So everybody else picked BC. So William and Michael didn't get that 100 points. Charles picked up an extra 10. Will got 14. CJ got 6. Mike got 16. Scott with 12. And Rose with 18. And that's how the week ended up. So let's get this out of here.
I think Scott wanted to
don't worry, Charles.
There.
Don't worry. All good.
Oh, okay. All right.
What's that?
All good.
I thought Scott wanted to say something. That's fine.
Well,
I was going to. It's all good. It's all good.
Okay. So the week ended up this way. The big winner was Scott at 512 points. Wow, that even beat my 500 the other day, didn't it? When did I get 500? CJ got a 500 day. No, I got 514.
Oh.
So, damn, you're 2 points behind me there, buddy. But good job. Charles came in at 484. CJ and Will both broke it at 392 apiece. Rose at 384. Michael, 392. Oh, yeah, 392 with Mike and Will. Okay. So that's how that panel worked. Will regained the lead, or still has the lead, 3,864 points. Charles is behind him at 3,694. Mike's back at 3,600. Sorry, did that come out right? Yeah, Mike's at 3,600. CJ's down at 3,354. Scott's at 3,292, and Rose is back there at 2,850. Not that that really matters. We're just going to carry on here. What do we got? Rose, Will, you're at 29-17 for the season. Pretty freaking remarkable, except you dropped 2 positions in the standing. You went from 5th place to 7th. Rose jumped up in win percentage. You're up into the 611. I don't know whether that is new but Sparky finally put you into the list. Okay. You don't actually have a position on our Pick'em squad because you're not there, but you're 22-14 on the season so far. Sparky is at 28-18. Charles is 27-19. Mike is 26-20. CJ is above 500 at 24-22. Scott dropped down to the opposite of mine at 22 and 24. That's the CFL pick'ems. So we're all above 500 on this except Scott.
I'm getting there.
Yeah, you're not. You were there. You're falling. You're failing. You're going backwards.
No, I'm
No.
going up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
because I just
You were
went
above
4 for
500
4.
before, weren't you?
No,
No,
No? Oh, okay. Okay.
he
I know
he's-
I was way down there.
he
yeah,
was down there with you.
Yeah,
Okay, so the power rankings this week went straight across the board. It pretty much everybody had them the same except Mike. Well, Mike had Saskatchewan and BC flipped, and a lot of people had Mike also had Toronto and Calgary flipped. But everybody else kind of had them in position. Montreal on the top, Edmonton followed by BC, Saskatchewan dropped to fourth. Calgary fifth, Toronto up to 6, Winnipeg down to 7, Hamilton at drop to 8, and Ottawa has been unchanged. And I don't anticipate that doing anything else for this season. So, does anybody have anything to say about the power rankings? They're pretty close. We were all straight across the board. And in fact, I think this is the first time that our group as a whole matched the CFL as a whole. The CFL media
I was
came in
gonna
at
say,
exactly
I've
the
seen
same.
a couple other rankings by a
So
couple
the
other
CFL
people,
finally
and
got it
they've all been
right
the
then.
same.
They finally got it right. Except that one chick over on Kimberly over on Chatter. She had Toronto in second.
Oh, that was laughable.
What?
yeah.
She had BC in seventh.
I used to laugh at
Yeah.
her before I got booted from the forum.
So yeah, it's kind of bizarre. Okay, so we're gonna do the picks for this week. Oh my God, there's somebody actually went off the script here. Christine Constable got one.
Yeah.
Everything is unanimous straight across the board with the media. CFL media straight across the board got it all right except for one. And I think we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to see what happens here. FanDuel has, the media all picked Montreal. FanDuel has Montreal at 6.5 with an over-under of 59.5. CFL Pick'em has Montreal at 90%. Winnipeg a measly 10. And Sparky's calculator has Winnipeg at 59. Sparky is taking, no, Montreal, sorry. He took Montreal. I don't know what I said. He's taking Montreal at 59. CJ is going to take the Montreal Alouettes, and I'm taking it at 62 points this time. I thought I was doing 64s, or was that Will? I don't know.
No.
Okay, I'm doing 62. I don't remember what my score was. I'm picking 62. Year I was born. Okay, William, what do you want to do?
Sorry. I was paying attention to something else. Who's playing?
Winnipeg into Montreal into Winnipeg.
Oh, geez. Of course Montreal's into Winnipeg. Oh, there's no way Montreal's going to beat Winnipeg in Winnipeg. Not a chance. Not a hope in hell. Oh, Lord. And maybe if they try hard, Winnipeg will score a touchdown. I'm going to go with Montreal. And let's go with a 60 burger.
Williams take Montreal at 60. Okay. Rose.
Montreal, I wanted to say 60. Thanks, Will.
Sorry.
58.
Sucks to be you.
It does.
58. Going up to the top there, Charles.
Well, Montreal is probably the best team in the CFL, and Winnipeg has passed its best before date and should be in the clearance bin. Montreal 65.
Montreal 65. Are you talking about being like over at Winners or something like that? Or are you talking about the thrift store?
Whichever. I mean, whatever. Those guys are kind of old, so they'd probably be at Value Village in the thrift store, the Salvation Army or something. They'd been donated by somebody.
MCC, the Mennonite Community Church?
Yeah.
Okay. Mike.
Maybe.
It's going
Michael
to be
Dennis.
Montreal 63.
Montreal's taking 63. Mike's there. Scott, and you got last in here. What do you want to do?
I am going Montreal. Just no hope in hell.
You
What's
got
the
to
score?
resay that.
Montreal 61.
Montreal 61. Okay, cool. Next game up, no, Hamilton Tiger Cats. I just lost my thing. My sister sent me something, a gravel truck's upside down. Had to
Hamilton
check
and
it out.
Calgary.
Had to check it out. Okay, so this is Hamilton into Calgary. We have the Stampeders straight across on the CFL media. FanDuel has Calgary at a 5.5-point favorite with a 69.5 over under, with the CFL Pick'em taking Calgary at 83, Hamilton 17. So Sparky Calculator has the Stampeders at 61. Sparky's taking Calgary at 61. CJ is going to take the Calgary Stampeders at a 62. And we're going to see where we go. Will doesn't get to take the pick this time. Michael, you go first.
It's going to be the Stampeders in 63.
63. Just because I am going to take Will next, because he's going to get pissy if I don't.
Who's Calgary playing?
Does it matter? Hamilton.
Straightforward.
Can you pay attention?
Hamilton. I am paying attention. I'm trying to transfer my ticket to somebody. Well, you know what? I think Calgary's got it pretty close to run the board for the rest of the year if they're going to do anything. So I'm going to say Calgary 54.
54. You're going low on this one. Okay. Rose.
So we don't know who's starting for Calgary, right?
Yes, we
Ross,
do.
you a throw man or trade
Vernon
forward?
Adams.
Or
Oh,
for
for
Calgary?
who?
Sorry.
Calgary?
For Vernon.
Vernon Adams. Vernon
Vernon
Adams is
Adams.
going to start.
Yeah,
Is he?
Vernon
Okay.
starting.
Today.
So I'm going to take Calgary at, did somebody get 60?
Not yet.
That's
Rose
what
has
I
got
would.
it. Scott?
I am going to go with 57.
You're taking Calgary in 57?
Yeah.
It seems every time you talk about your score, you
Yeah.
break up.
It cut up.
Oh.
It breaks up.
Okay. Charles, you go.
Calgary hasn't been playing well in the last few games, but they're certainly good enough to beat Hamilton, and they really need a win right now. So I'm going to take Calgary 63.
But if you think
63 is
about it,
Mike.
you know what? Hamilton's
Oh,
in the
okay,
same
Calgary
position
is
as
66.
Calgary's in.
64
Except
is
Calgary has
available.
a
Do you want that?
quarterback.
64 is available. Yeah, okay. Calgary 64.
Okay, perfect. The third game coming up. Hang on. Where are these games anyhow?
One
Friday,
Friday, two
Friday,
Saturday,
two
one
Saturday, and
Friday,
one on
2
Sunday.
Saturday, 1 Sunday.
and then one. Yes.
BC's playing
I think
Sunday
we're-
again. Okay.
Yeah.
I think
So,
we're done with Thursday games.
Toronto
Good.
is going to Saskatchewan to play the Rough Riders. Everybody on CFL media picked the Stampeders to win, except Christina Constable took the Argos. So there's always got to be
In
one.
Saskatchewan.
I'm sorry?
You
Did I
said
say it?
Stampeders.
Oh, my bad. Everybody took the yeah, it was the big S. Everybody's taking Saskatchewan except Christina. She took the Argos. Okay, sorry. Thank you for correcting me. Saskatchewan is a 4.5-point favorite with a 62.5 over under. Saskatchewan is 78%. Toronto is 22. Sparky Calculator has Saskatchewan at 60. Saskatchewan at 60. CJ is going to take the Saskatchewan Roughriders at 62 points. And that's the way it's going to roll. We'll throw we'll throw William out next. Paying attention? Saskatchewan,
Yeah.
Toronto. At Regina.
In Regina, right?
Saskatchewan's
don't
what,
know.
lost 2 in a row now?
Yep. Well, they shouldn't lose 3 in a row, and if they do lose 3 in a row, they're in trouble.
Should be happy with it, though.
So I am gonna say Saskatchewan 59.
59. Okay. Charles.
I really kind of want to take Toronto in this one. This could be the mid-season Saskatchewan free fall. We've seen it many times before. I
Many, many.
can't bring myself. I can't bring myself to do it. I think Saskatchewan's going to bounce back somewhat. I'd like to see them lose because that's better for the Lions. But I want to take them, but I'm not going to. I think Saskatchewan's going to win. I'm going to go Saskatchewan 58.
Saskatchewan 58.
Cheers, buddy.
Perfect. Rose?
You know, Toronto's the craziest. They started all
Mhm.
on fire, and then they looked like complete garbage. And then they
Yep.
came and won last week. So I'm going to take Saskatchewan. Is 60 available?
No.
No.
58.
No.
61.
54. Do I hear
Good
54?
score. Rose, you got a good
52,
score. There you go.
51.
Bingo. Under
Under
the
the eye,
61.
61.
I win.
Okay. Michael?
Saskatchewan 57.
Saskatchewan 57. There you go. And Scott, what do you want to do here with your Rough Riders?
Yeah, I think they've lost
You going
two in
off
a
the script?
row. They've lost two in a row. Last game was they were just stupid and got so many penalties. I just don't see them doing that again with Corey Mace. As for the whole midseason collapse, it's not wrong. I don't think Mace will allow that to happen. And Toronto never seems to be able to pull two together in a row. I'm gonna go Saskatchewan 64.
Saskatchewan 64. There we go. Big truck. Sunday's game, it has the BC Lions into Ottawa to play the Red Blacks. And historically, BC has never really played well in the nation's capital.
Nope.
Ottawa is 0-10 on the season. BC is on a 4-game win streak. It's a challenge. CFL media picks BC straight across the board. BC Lions have a 6.5-point favorite and 61.5 on the over-under from FanDuel. CFL Pick'em has BC at 93. Ottawa, 7% of the people actually picked Ottawa to win. Who the fuck did that? I mean,
somebody else-
seriously.
That's all the people in management.
That's got to be Will. That's got to be Will.
We voted
Sparky
for his old buddy
calculator.
Jake Mayer.
Sparky has BC at 57. CG is going to take the BC Lions, and I'm going 62. It's all going to be BC. It's all Nathan Rourke is just going to go down the field. Is Matt Dunnigan's 714-yard record in jeopardy this week? No, it's not. That's a joke.
Okay.
That's never going to happen. Okay, let's do this. Rose, what do you want to do?
It depends on who's
caught
playing
you
for
off guard, didn't
quarterback in Ottawa. Who's starting? That's a big,
it matter?
that's a big
It'll
difference.
be Mayor.
Does it matter?
No,
It'll be
I
his
will
golden
take
boy.
I will take BC and is 60 there?
Yes.
I'm gonna keep trying 60 until I get it.
Okay, you got it.
Ding,
you
ding,
got
ding.
You had 60 in the Calgary game too.
Yay, I'm the champion.
Okay. Willie,
Yes, sir.
BC Ottawa.
54. Ottawa.
I knew that was coming. When he paused like that, I knew what was coming.
I
yeah.
love it, Will.
Oh, yeah.
Are you serious?
No,
I'm
I'm
serious.
Will. You see, one of the things, Mike, that I think about a lot is that the current BC Lions team is extremely arrogant. Okay?
How do you figure
And
that?
they shouldn't
What?
be. And they shouldn't
Based on
be.
what?
And they
How do you
shouldn't be. Be
figure they're
quiet,
arrogant?
Charles. And they shouldn't be. And they're going to go into Ottawa thinking this is just like CJ is talking here. What did you just say? Beat Matt Dunnigan's record? Like, that's all I'm going to
He
say,
even
guys.
said it was a joke.
Yeah, that's okay, Charles. That's okay, Charles.
Do
I
you
can
know
pick
how much I
Ottawa.
would love it if you were right?
It's fine. I'm
Oh,
perfectly
I would
okay
love
putting
it.
Ottawa down for
That would
Willie.
be
He can do
great.
that. And I'd rather pick him pick Ottawa than BC because every time he picks BC, they lose.
And doesn't
But-
Who does BC play after Ottawa?
Montreal back-to-back.
Montreal back to back.
Okay, so I might pick BC in those games. You never know.
You're a dickhead.
Not.
Just thought I'd share that.
They're in
Charles,
some
you
trouble.
taking the Lions?
You know what? To be honestly and to be fair with what Will was saying, this game kind of scares the hell out of me. BC should run the score up on paper, but you got a team that's won 4 games in a row with a big back-to-back coming against Montreal the next 2 weeks. There is, a precedent for teams looking past, especially an 0-10 team. I don't think it's going to happen, but it's there in the back of my mind. BC 65 is my pick, and I think they're going to be fine, but, in the back of my mind, you're looking past them. Will's not necessarily out to lunch on that, but
Every team should be a little bit worried.
I'm not calling them arrogant like Will did,
You know what?
but they do have there is a possibility of me looking beyond that to Montreal.
You
That's
know
all I'm
what?
saying.
Every team should be weary of Ottawa right now.
100%.
Every team who
Because
has to
they
play
got
them,
nothing to lose. Yeah. Personally,
Not
if I was the
And
head
nothing to
coach
win
in
either, though.
Ottawa, I would never punt the ball again. Okay.
What for?
No reason to.
You're not wrong.
But again,
Will, if you were the coach on any team, you would never punt the ball.
Well, it's because you wouldn't have a
Or
kicker.
or
You
kick
cut the
or
kicker.
kick field goals. I forgot.
Exactly.
but
I
here's
know
the
that.
thing too.
Okay.
With the addition of Jim Pop, even though we think he sucks, that could create a spark for Ottawa.
I don't think yet.
Never know.
It's
gotta happen
eventually.
eventually.
I don't
That's
think
why
there's
they
enough
play the
change
game.
happening in there yet.
Any team can beat any team in the CFL at any given time.
100%.
Let's just hope that's it. Huh?
Scott,
I'd
tell
love
us
it.
what you're doing. Scott?
Oh, me? Sorry, I thought I went.
Yeah. It's
yeah,
you.
no, BC.
We only have one Scott here.
BC 46.
Ooh, low
46.
scoring.
Very low. I mean, the over/under is 61, highest over/under of the week. And okay,
Well, Ottawa's not going to really score anything, and BC doesn't really run up the score at all. So
fair. Michael, you get the last pick of the night.
They've got the worst 2 quarterbacks in the CFL. You can't deny that.
Who is?
You talk about arrogance. They got probably the most. They've got the most arrogant head.
Stop for a second. I don't want to interrupt you for a second, but I do. You're saying they have the 2 worst quarterbacks in the CFL?
Yes.
Have you looked at Hamilton?
Oh, they're bad. I'm looking at the record.
Just asking. I wanted to ask you. Have you looked at Hamilton?
I'm looking at
But
the
the truth
record.
is,
I'm looking at the
Mike.
record. I'm looking at the record.
Okay.
Mike, if
the
I
truth
said the
is
word,
nobody knows about Frosty.
yeah,
They're
not the word 2 worst. They're not the 2 worst.
Okay.
They neither one of them have displayed leadership capabilities to get their team to 1 victory. 2, you talk about arrogance. I think there's nobody more arrogant than their head coach.
I wouldn't
3,
deny that one.
3, I think that the players really are just playing the season out. And 4, there's too much pressure on BC to lose this game. They're going to treat it like a playoff game because Rourke does not want to be known as the guy that loses to Ottawa. So that's why
Nobody wants that.
That's
It'd
why
be
I'm
fun.
choosing BC is going to win the game at 63.
It'd be funny as hell, though.
Okay. So
No doubt about it,
will-
right, Mike?
No doubt about
It
it.
will be
There's
funny
no
as hell.
way.
I won't be laughing, but it would be funny as hell. Okay. Michael, just another thing that you said 1, 2, 3, 4. I think the 5 one is in here. Is BC is finally trying to prove that they are the team that everybody thought they would have been at the beginning of the season, and they've got some catching up to do. They have a lot of catching up to do because they've got 2 teams ahead of them, and they want to catch them. I don't think they're going to catch Edmonton, but I'm pretty sure they could pass Saskatchewan.
I think, when we look at them at the end of the year, this is going to be a dogfight in the West, and the playoffs are going to be awesome.
Well, right now, if the playoffs happen today, we have Edmonton on the bye, and Saskatchewan hosting BC,
Yeah.
with Winnipeg crossing over.
So essentially,
That's if it happened today in the Western Division. So that means that Montreal and Toronto are the Eastern teams that are going to stick, because Hamilton and Ottawa are out of the picture. I mean, they're pretty much done on the playoffs right now. I don't think they can come back, those two teams.
I'm interested to see what happens with the Labor Day and the rematch games, to be honest.
Yep, 100%.
Especially with Edmonton.
But it's the Saskatchewan Winnipeg games that are the most important to me. I'm kind of hoping that Winnipeg takes them.
Yeah.
I'll
I suspect it'll be a 1-1.
And I'm okay with a split.
Yeah.
That's almost the same as both teams losing.
I take a look at next week, and we're looking at picking teams next week. It's going to be extremely difficult. I don't know how I can pick Edmonton or Calgary next week.
After the rematch games, it gets really difficult. Because you get players back from the NFL, you get players back from injury, you're playing cohesive football because you've played with each other for now a while. It's a completely different season.
I'm learning that.
Michael Dennis, what have you got for me here in your agenda? Because we still got some time here that's happening. We ripped through this quite nicely, and I actually didn't get the phone calls that I expected, so I'm still here. As Vernon Adams returns from a possible concussion and a bye week, did he set the all-time consecutive passing record for touchdowns without an interception at 21? The lists include Dave Dickinson at 20, Ricky Ray at 17, and Darian Durant at 17.
Well, I thought that was a pretty impressive record.
For Vernon Adams? Of course it is.
Yeah.
It's a joke with Darian Durant, but that's beside the point.
Well,
I could have a conversation about this for a long time.
I don't know
Yes, you
I don't
could.
know who Darian Durant is.
A fucking
I
idiot.
don't want to know.
Consider yourself
He's the guy, Mike. Mike, he's the guy who stood on Saskatchewan sidelines once upon a time with no rider gear on whatsoever because he didn't want anybody to know that he was a rider. Just
The
my
funny
opinion.
part is
That's a true statement.
if you go onto any Rider fan forum,
They love him.
he is absolutely fucking god.
He's like a
Oh,
god.
God.
They said,
It's
I
because
can't believe
he
they
won
didn't erect a
Grey
statue
Cup.
for him.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mike,
That
the other
was their
story.
Grey Cup.
however, what's that?
That was their Grey Cup, was Darian Durant.
Or he
Yep.
should have
Yeah,
won
so
the Grey
he
Cup.
2009, 2010, and then 2013 he won it. But he is an arrogant asshole.
Hey, Mike.
Yep.
The other story you don't know about is he signed with Winnipeg, got a $70,000 signing bonus, and then retired.
Retired.
I thought that was actually quite funny, actually.
and did
Yeah.
not and did not give the signing bonus back.
No,
Yeah.
sir.
He did not want to sign there, and he said, "Fine, sign me, and I'm just taking the money."
He took the money and he left.
Yeah,
That's
I
why
thought it
he's the Saskatchewan
I
god. It was
I
that,
kind
not
of
his
didn't
playing.
like that. I kind of didn't like that, but you know what? If Winnipeg was stupid enough, they deserve it.
The
I
whole
can't-
thing is that I think we would have a totally different opinion on this, William, if Winnipeg didn't go on an arrogant trail for the next 6-7
Right.
years after that.
Sure.
I can't blame any player for taking advantage and getting some money. I can't. I'm sorry.
No, because the CFL has done that to numerous players numerous
Yeah.
times.
If you can do it, take the government. If you can
True.
scam the government, do it.
Yeah,
Just
but
do it.
About that record, what is impressive is Adams has always been an interception machine until this year. He's having his best year in the interception part. He's doing all right.
He had 3 times more interceptions in one game with the BC Lions than he's had this year.
Yes, he had.
Yeah.
That he's had this entire
That's a bad
season.
thing.
He had 3 times more in one game.
So I have a question for you, Will, and this is just honesty. What do you think is wrong with Calgary? Because I think that they should be better than their record.
They can't win football games.
I have an opinion,
I've
and
said
I've had
all,
an opinion
I've said
for
all
4
season,
years.
Mike. I've said all season. There's something missing. and it's a
Maybe
fifth
you should do it.
gear. It's a fifth gear. It's something they just don't finish. They just don't finish. They lost to
Maybe
BC by 4. They lost to Montreal by 3. They lost to the Bombers first game of the year by 3. It's just stupid. And I'm actually getting anxiety over these things, okay? Because they
Okay.
should be better and they're not. So,
Don't let your team give you anxiety.
well, you know what? It doesn't really matter.
It's just football.
But
It's supposed to be
bottom line, Mike, if they don't go on a run starting on Saturday, they're done.
That's a
Yeah.
lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure.
Well, yeah,
Well,
but
they're the bottom of the Western Division.
Dave Dickinson said today, that's exactly what it is. They got to go or they're done.
Yeah.
And
The
if
Western
you think
Division is
about
so
it,
strong this year, and they're
yes,
at the
but
bottom of it.
and I mean, don't think they're going to walk over Hamilton because Hamilton is in the same position. And
Hamilton,
regardless of if they have a
Hamilton-
quarterback or not, they have players that have desire. So we shall see.
Hamilton
But
is
Vernon-
done. They're done.
No.
No,
No, they're
Well,
not.
Hamilton's not any more
They're
done
not.
than
Not in
It's
not
a
in the
it's
East.
a
They're
weak
Not in the East, Mike.
division.
yeah. They're only one game behind Toronto.
Well,
And they're competing
even
right now with either Calgary or Winnipeg for a crossover.
right,
Yeah.
right now, Winnipeg is 5-5, and Toronto is 5-5. Hamilton is 4-7. So
Right.
if Hamilton wins one more game, they're tied with Winnipeg. Winnipeg does not cross over.
You can't cross over with a tie.
You have to have
No,
a better
You
record.
have to have a better
Yeah.
record.
So right now, at this point in time, Hamilton is only one game out of the playoffs. And
So they're not
Winnipeg is
done.
playing like shit.
And Winnipeg's got a nasty schedule.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's any chance at all, if they do make the playoffs, that Bo Levi Mitchell will come back?
No.
No.
They actually just said it today.
I don't think he's ever
Milanovic.
going to play. I don't ever think he's going to sit on a football field again.
Milanovic
Yes,
said
he is.
for him to be back this year is extremely unlikely.
I honestly don't think he'll play another down of football.
Yeah, he'll be back.
You know how big Hamilton Stadium is, CJ?
Yep.
Okay. Bo Levi's ego is twice the size of that, okay? He'll be
I
back,
understand.
trust me.
I understand that. I
I
understand.
think he's back.
we
'cause
keep-
I don't think
his-
he wants
his
to go out
words-
like this.
You're right. You could be right there, Charles. But his words were he was going to retire 2 years ago, and he said, "I'm not retiring because I haven't been injured. I haven't had to fight in the off season to get back into game shape, to get back into health. And as long as I don't have to do that, then I'm playing football." Well, now he's going to have to work his entire off season to possibly be ready to play football in the fall. He's not going to do it.
Yeah, he will.
36.
When you're putting up those numbers that he was putting up, he'll come back.
Okay, well,
And the
We kept saying-
alternative,
we kept-
CJ, the
I'm not
alternative is to
prepared to
sit.
bet. I'm not putting any money on this.
He said the
I
same
don't
thing
have a
about
high
Zach
confidence
Collaros.
level.
The alternative, CJ, is he gets to sit next to David Sanchez and Milt Stiegel on TSN's panel. And what's that thing called?
Straight
fire.
Fire.
What a piece of shit that is.
Oh, God.
Oh, I
Holy
hate
Who
it.
thought that up?
Yeah,
oh my
but the
Lord.
only
We're just
problem,
waiting for Dan's sports to come.
the only problem I can see
Who?
with him coming back next year would be that offensive line. That they got to revamp that offensive line.
Well, we stole their good players.
I know that. That was great.
A lot of
I know.
teams have a lot of work next year
Yeah.
because this season has not showed amazing football.
Now,
Exciting
see-
football, but not amazing.
You
Mike,
see, the
here's-
one
here's the-
thing. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Scott. Sorry.
Okay, sorry. Mike, here's the one thing you have to really pay attention to being new to the CFL. Edmonton's playing really good football this season. For for that team. Hopefully they keep it going. So let's say they keep it going, they make it deep into the playoffs, whether they win the Grey Cup or not, whatever. They're going to have to face free agency. They're going to have to face a lot of teams wanting to pay a lot of money for their players.
Yeah.
Every
I don't
team
want
goes
Hamilton
happened
want
in-
half their team.
That
want their
hasn't
teams
happened in a
back.
few years in Edmonton.
Yeah, teams get rated. Teams, especially
that's
good
a-
teams, get rated regularly.
Yeah.
You know, and if you think about it, there is no team right now in the CFL, with the exception of Montreal, that you could say have played an extremely outstanding season,
Nope.
because they haven't.
No, not at
Any
all.
any team can beat any team on any given day, especially this year.
And I don't think Montreal's unbeatable.
I don't think they are either, but so far it's they're pretty good.
I'm kind
Everything's
of
just been
hoping with
falling into-
back-to-back games
They're
in
the-
BC
they're-
that we at least take one of them.
Closest too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but you
guess
gotta-
we'll see.
You got to think about also, they're playing in the East. They're playing Hamilton. They're playing Ottawa. That's going to bump up the record. They would not, do you think that they would have more than one loss if they were playing in the West?
Possibly, but
Yeah, but
Probably
they,
not.
right
they
now they're
beat,
playing
They
great
also-
football. No Western team's been beating them. I mean,
Yeah,
who did they
they
lose
play
to?
all the-
Edmonton?
Edmonton.
See, Edmonton beat them, and nobody else has.
Sort of.
I mean, BC hasn't
But-
played them yet.
Sort of.
But
I heard that.
I said it
So you
100%.
said it out loud.
you know what you got to
Sword
look forward to,
out.
Mike? Mike, you know what you got to look forward to? You
Playoffs.
haven't really, no, you haven't seen Cody Fajardo in pressure situations. That's what you got to look forward to.
Yeah.
Okay? Have fun with that, okay?
don't
Yep.
listen to him, Mike.
I believe in,
Okay.
I believe in Cody.
Yeah,
Me
okay.
too.
I believe in him too. I believe that he's not.
I
that
believe
good
he
at
will
football.
fuck the butt duck. Once
Yeah, I
once
believe
the
that too.
games really start counting, watch what happens.
Mike, I'll send you a video of one of his teammates, one of the best on the defense, and you can hear what he says about Cody. Not
mean,
what
I'll-
these idiots say.
All your players, all your teammates are going to be like, "Oh, they're fantastic." I haven't ever heard one person throw anyone underneath the bus.
Oh, come on. You told me last several times Cody throws everybody under the bus.
He does.
He does. He
Look,
said nobody
all you
else
have
on
to
the
do is
team
look at
did.
one of his
No,
things. when he
nobody
goes
on
to
his team is going to throw him under the bus. Nobody.
No,
No,
The
that's
players
his,
don't do
that's his
that.
job.
because
That is
they
his
know
job.
because they know that they cannot win without Cody.
Bingo.
I wouldn't
Maybe.
go that
just
far.
just by the way, Mike, I want to correct something you said the other day on Messenger when I said Cody, or I thought you said that Edmonton was a great team. You didn't say that. Cody said that. He said they're not a good team, they're a great team.
Yep.
I
Okay.
said, well, I said on my post, I was scolding Cody for saying that they were a great team. He should not do that.
But he said it.
He said it,
Too
and,
late.
and I
He
said
said
it
it.
anyways.
And that's
And he should
Cody
never
doing
have
Cody
said it.
things.
Yeah.
You know how many teams have that on their wall in their dressing room now, Mike?
Did he
Eight.
say, I think Cody is great? He said his
No.
team is great. That's
No,
what
he
his
said-
job is. He's the leader.
But they're not great.
He's the leader
They're
of the
not
team.
great.
They're not
You
great.
Cody
don't,
doing
you're
Cody
not a
things.
great. You are
What's
not
he
a
gonna
great
say?
team.
We suck?
Rose,
No,
Rose,
no.
Rose,
Rose, we
Edmonton
don't-
is a good team.
we
To
do
be
not-
great, Winnipeg
gotta
was
win a
great in those 5
championship.
seasons. That's
We
a
do
great
not-
team.
You do
This is a
not
good
ever,
team.
Rose-
ever give bulletin board material to the
You don't
opposition.
have to talk me into them not being a great team. I haven't missed 1 minute of their playing time. I understand they're not a great team, but I don't have a problem with him saying that.
I do.
I
He
don't.
should have said, we're playing good football. We're a
No,
strong
and-
team.
and-
We're going to finish strong for the rest of the season. I believe in
Yes.
the boys. We're doing well. I'm happy with the outcome of what's going on. Not, we're fucking amazing.
No, and I do agree with Rose to a point, because if you remember all those Bo Levi years in Calgary, he said every year we're going 20-0. And you guys would laugh at me, but I'd say, what, you want a guy who says we're going to be 500? Of course not. You don't want a guy like that. You want a guy who has some confidence.
And besides, one little note is that the coach now has crowned Commonwealth as the concrete castle of the North. And they're going to defend it.
Also weird.
Okay, so your next point here, Michael, is kind of a funny one. Toronto's win over Hamilton tightens the race for second and potential home playoff position. They were tied, and now Toronto is one game up. We're halfway through the season.
It's a joke.
Okay. You got to put a happy face beside it or something, or I got to take you
Okay.
serious.
It was a joke.
Okay.
I'm
It
sorry.
sure doesn't look like one. You got to give me a happy face. Give me something in there to make it look like a joke.
Ha,
Okay.
ha,
'Cause
ha.
Okay.
I can't see humor in these posts here.
LOL.
And it's kind of, so this one must be really funny too then. Edmonton's comeback win adds drama to Titan Western race.
LOL.
Oh, LOL.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
And another one here, BC surge keeps them firmly in the hunt.
That's good stuff. It's good funny
That's fair.
stuff.
That's a fair comment.
It's a fair comment.
Of course it is.
Winnipeg's
Mike,
inconsistency continues to be a storyline. Yeah, I think we've
Yeah.
talked about that storyline.
We beat it to death.
Is it a tragedy or a romance comedy? I don't know. It's a rom-com.
It's a story for the Hallmark movies.
Oh my good Lord.
Oh God.
Oh, just what I need, a Hallmark film. That's not even a rom-com.
Imagine
Okay,
a Hallmark film with Mike Cody Fajardo and that woman he likes on TSN.
Let her hand up.
Claire Hannah, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I found a picture of one of the chicks on TSN the other day, and I don't know, man. I don't know what you see in there. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it.
Gorgeous.
He's American,
It's
CJ.
American. Okay, Montreal is CFL's most complete team. Elite quarterback play.
For this year.
Without a doubt.
So far, yep.
Yep.
Strong run game and a turnover creating defense.
Montreal is a complete team. I think that
Not
they
arguing.
are. I think
Can
they're
I
a
say
complete
something
team.
about Montreal?
Yeah.
I really
No.
like Montreal. I love Jason Moss. They're absolutely fabulous. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. When they beat Edmonton 2 weeks ago or whatever it was, they were just so like they were jumping up and down like they won the Grey Cup, which is fine. I get it. Like that was the only team that had beat them in the past. Well, when they just beat Ottawa, they were doing the same thing. I was
They're
like,
enthusiastic. They're
come
enthusiastic.
on, man.
Well, the
So,
question.
so what
Why-
is the
why
most
did we-
important stat in CFL? What is the
Win.
most important stat? William,
Win.
win. It's the
Why
only
did-
stat that matters is the W. And it doesn't
Well-
matter whether that W comes against Ottawa, Edmonton, or Saskatchewan,
They all count
BC,
the same.
Calgary. It doesn't matter. The W is a W. It's worth 2 points.
Yeah.
And
I just thought
and
they
this
were
is the
very
problem that I
arrogant.
always have with everybody who says, well, week 1 and week 2 and week 3, that's throwaway. That's the beginning of the season. It's still preseason, everything else. It's the same 2 points in week 1 as the same 2 points in week 18, week 19, week 21. So if
understand,
you're fighting,
But
if
like
you're
act
fighting
like you've
for,
been there, and they have.
if you're fighting for points at the end of the season, then you should have played better football at the beginning. And BC Lions are no exception in that this year.
Why did
They're scrambling at the end of the season, it's because they played like shit in the beginning.
Why did Jason Moss fail in Edmonton?
The
He
looks
wasn't
like-
ready to be.
fans?
He wasn't. He
He
wasn't
got
ready to be
run
a
out of
head
He
town.
coach.
didn't fail. He actually did good. I mean, he never missed the playoffs. He never went to the Grey Cup. He never missed the playoffs, not once.
Yeah.
He went to the final 3 times.
He
I'll
was
tell you
too
why.
emotional there.
He got run out
Yes,
of
he
town.
was.
This is why.
He's learned
He
how
was
to
not-
control that.
Yeah. He was
100%.
Yeah, he was not ready to be a head coach at that point. He always flew off the panel. He was always throwing his headset. He was always getting mad, and it rubbed off on his team.
Hey,
And he
Mike,
always just
he threw
overreacted.
his headset one time,
No, it was
Oh,
more
and
than
then
one.
TSN one
One time
time.
a game.
Bullshit.
Then TSN started showing Jason Moss on the sideline to find out, oh, is he going to lose it? Is he going to lose it? Look
He
at
did multiple times.
Dickey. Look at Dickey
Mike.
on the sidelines. He's
Michael.
worse than Jason Moss ever was.
I don't
He
disagree.
threw the Gatorade table in the air and it went over top of team players, okay? The entire
what?
table with the Gatorade container on it. So please don't tell me that he didn't act like a complete fucking moron on the sidelines,
Well,
Rose, because
and
he did.
in his defense, Mike, he was that kind of a player as well.
He was.
Yes, he was extremely
Very
emotional.
And
Yeah.
he's
That's why he was
matured
so good.
massively.
Okay.
And remember when it was Jason Moss who beat the BC Lions to go to your Grey Cup game in 2005?
And he also
Was that not
refused
Ricky? I
to.
think that was Ricky Ray, wasn't it?
No. So what happened was they were
Oh, that's right.
they
He got
were
hurt.
losing, and Jason Moss came in at the end. Maybe it was Calgary
right.
that they beat. It was
No,
one.
no,
it was
no,
that
no.
year, and it was one.
Sorry,
of those.
Rose, you're right about that.
Yeah, and then
It was Ray
Ricky
that started,
did
yeah.
play and win the Grey Cup, but it
You're
was.
correct.
I think it was the BC game,
Yeah,
He
I
also
think you're correct,
refused to
actually.
wear his microphone during live broadcasts.
and I don't blame him a bit.
Yep.
Well, it's
I don't
mandated.
blame
Though.
him. That was the stupidest thing I've ever heard of.
Everyone has to. It's mandated.
It's not now
Right.
because it was a stupid thing.
No
Yeah,
doubt
okay.
about it, Rose.
So Jim Pop has been hired as Ottawa's senior advisor for football and will report directly to the owner. Are the Red Blacks as bad as their record? Yes. Can they
Yes.
recover to make it respectable? No.
No.
Oh.
Are we seeing the decline of Trevor? No, that's another thing. Okay. Ottawa's fucked. I don't know what else to say. They've lost their president. They lost their vice president. They've both been fired. I know somebody's going to say that he resigned, but I'm sorry. Nobody resigns for the job that makes $500,000 a year. You get fired or told to leave.
Mid-season.
Yeah. So they were both fired. They bring in Jim Pop, who is notorious. I don't know. He's a disaster. And he was running Montreal twice, and I think both times the team folded. So, yeah, I'm not jumping up and down about Jim Pop being back in the CFL at all. The only person that I think would be worse in this league right now would be Kent Austin.
Yeah, but what I was thinking about is at the very beginning of the year, who did they give all the power to?
The wrong person.
Dinwiddie.
To Dinwiddie. And now
Which is a
what is
mistake.
is the owner creating a conflict between Pop and Dinwiddie?
No.
No.
Dinwiddie needs
Dinwiddie's
the
still
help.
the GM.
No, Jim Pop is just going to be the authoritative monster in there that he is, and his arrogant ass is just going to fucking do whatever he wants. And Ryan Dinwiddie is
normally
going to
does.
follow what Jim Pop tells him to do, or Ryan Dinwiddie is gone. And
You
that's
and
the
I
way that Jim
remember
Pop's
things
going to
very
be.
differently. I just remember him winning Grey Cups. That's all I remember.
Jim Pop might fire Dinwiddie and take over as coach himself because he likes to do that for some reason.
Next week.
Because he's a
He has
terrible
done
coach.
that. You're right.
Well,
Oh, no, isn't that happening this weekend?
It
Obviously,
could happen this weekend. It literally could.
I
can see Jim Pop firing him, taking over the GM and head coaching position in the next 2 weeks. I can see it happening. It would not surprise me in the least. Okay. Now, I want to have a discussion tonight, about something that I was talking to recently about a couple of people, and it had to do with expansion. And I know that this is a subject that we have all talked about at length and depth and ad nauseum, but I'm not going to talk about expansion of where we're going to expand to in Canada. Not at all. What I want to do is show something that's realistic and some numbers, and let's play math for a second. I was talking to a couple of Americans and they said, why does CFL only have 9 teams? And I thought about it for a second. Now, Canada has 10% of the population of the United States, a little bit more, actually. We have 40 million people. You have about 360. Okay. So we're about 10%. So there's 32 teams in the NFL. So that means that Canada should have 3.2 teams in the CFL. We got 9. Okay. Now, what's the biggest sport in Canada?
Hockey.
Hockey.
Without question, it's hockey. Nobody can argue with that. We are a hockey crazy country as much as America is football crazy. Okay. For the most part, you got to agree with that one. Okay.
Mhm.
How many hockey teams are there in Canada?
7.
Why do we have 9 football teams? I think we have 3 too many. Using the math, Canada has the right amount of football teams right now at 9. Trying to expand outside of that number, that is the number that we can consistently support. And can we consistently support? We may lose Ottawa yet.
I was gonna say,
Okay. So, we're a solid 8-team league. We're a weak 9-team league. Can we actually go to 10? The numbers don't support it. The numbers in Canada do not support a 10th team, 11th, 12th, or 16th team. They just don't. Not if you go by what America has with their NFL, not by what you do in Canada with the hockey. I mean, where else could you put a hockey team in Canada? Well, you could put one in Quebec, but that's it. So you're going to take Canada to 8 NFL teams and NHL teams. Where are you going to put another team in Canada for the CFL? Honestly, I don't think you can.
Quebec.
Possibly Quebec, but that would be
One
it.
more would just be ideal because then
100%. I am
100%.
I want 10 teams in the CFL.
Yeah,
Without question.
and then that's
balanced schedule,
No,
5 and 5 into
it's
the
the
divisions.
schedule
Everything
that's so
is
ridiculous.
everybody
Yeah.
plays everybody twice in a year. Absolutely balanced.
Yeah.
10 teams is
Yeah.
perfect. I just
One
don't see it.
bye in the middle of the season, not a bye every week. Ridiculous.
No, you have to have 3 buys every 6 games. Every 6 games there's
Not
a bye.
if you have 10 teams. Then Edmonton just went 10,
Rose,
10
it's in
games
this.
in a row.
It's in the CBA that they have to have 3 buys in an 18-game
Yeah.
season.
They have
Okay.
to have
Matter if they're
3
10
buys
teams.
because believe me, these guys today
No,
were
it's not
talking about
because
how
of that.
great
It's
it is.
because of the
Getting a
player
bye
health
on
and
week
safety.
1. Getting a bye on week 1.
That's only because of the way that we have with 9 teams. The
That's
CBA
my
says
point.
that we have to have 3 bye weeks in a 18-game schedule. We have
Because
to.
of health and
So
safety.
every team will have a bye at week 6. Every team will have a bye like 6 or 7, and then every team will have a bye in weeks 12 and 13, and every team will have a bye in, well, you know what I mean. It won't be that. It will be 4 or 5, and then around 15 would
Stupid.
be the last ones.
Dumb.
Every 5 games there'll be a bye.
We went for years having all the buys done in 2 weekends in August.
You're correct. And that is not what the CBA is about now. The CFL Players Association has demanded that each team gets 3 buys in a year.
Correct.
Okay,
It's a
that's
health-
not up
health
for
and safety
discussion. That is strike material.
Yeah.
You're not going to get away with 1 bye week in the season. It's not going to happen.
I bet they would. I bet the players would go for it. Then
I'll
they don't
bet
have
you
to
my
play
house.
in the winter.
Not a chance.
Well, the question I have is all I've heard is Halifax.
No.
Not going to happen. It's been trying for 40 years. That's a joke.
No.
You've been trying for way too long.
I'll
You've
tell you
never
what.
been in.
Mike,
You've never
I'll
been
tell
in
you,
Nova
Michael,
Scotia,
Mike,
Mike.
There'll be a CFL team in Portland before there will be one in Halifax.
Yeah.
The thing is, Mike, you might not know this. The CFL announced a Halifax expansion team in 1984. They had an owner, they had a GM, they had a coach.
At a
They
quarterback.
had they had a quarterback. They had no stadium. It's now 2026.
They still have
They
no
have
stadium.
Still don't have no
stadium.
stadium.
42
I was at
years
the
later,
Grey
we
Cup.
still don't.
I was-
44 years later.
I was at the Grey Cup in Edmonton in 2018,
So
in
was
the
I.
Atlantic Schooners room, where
Yep.
they announced the name of the Halifax franchise as the Atlantic Schooners. Everyone started cheering, but I'm looking around the room here. I'm like, unless I missed something, they don't have a stadium, they don't have this, they don't have that. What good is a name?
Yeah.
They have not progressed any further since that day. So
You could buy
Halifax is a
T-shirts and hats.
non-starter. Yeah, they grifted people out of T-shirts and hats. They were selling
They-
season ticket
I was going to say they
deposits.
sold season tickets for it.
They sold season
Instead of-
tickets to a team that
they
didn't
put-
have a stadium.
Yeah, they put a bunch of people put deposits down, never got the money back because the owners, prospective owners, took off.
So what is wrong with the 9-team league? If that's our reality, what's wrong with it?
It's
What's wrong with it?
unbalanced.
It's uneven.
I mean,
It's unbalanced.
it's good. It's unbalanced.
I'm
Well,
okay with it. It's nice to have 9 solid teams. There's a lot of years we only had 8.
Yeah.
Ottawa disappears. Montreal disappears. Ottawa disappears. Montreal disappears. Winnipeg goes to the east.
I do not want Ottawa to disappear. And that's my fear.
None of us do.
No, of course.
I
don't think
Nobody
they will.
does.
None of us do. Well, Scott, it doesn't matter what happens. It's whether or not the owner gets tired and puts the keys on the table.
There's the issue.
True, but you also have to look at the new contracts and everything like that, and how that'll
Yeah,
potentially help.
They're going to
out.
get more
That
money
definitely
next
helps.
year. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
going to help everybody.
Not that deal on the table. I would probably say, yeah, they're done.
That may be their only
Okay.
saving grace
Well, that
right now. Who knows?
the beautiful thing of that deal is that they've got the players' salaries paid for before taking the first snap.
Yeah, and that's not a bad thing.
That's
No,
a good
not at
thing.
all.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
what? You
more
got to
than
give
that.
this dickhead Stuart Johnson a lot of credit for that. I have to. I do.
100.
I do. But if he moves the
He-
goalpost to the back of the end zone, I'm fucking gonna never forgive him.
TSN already pays the player's salary. This will be up and above for operation costs.
No. This is going to pay for the play for the players. And the players are
TSN's
the
contract is
Players
over
already
$50
get
million.
paid for by TSN, Mike. The deal that CFL has with TSN is
It's $50
exactly what
million.
the salary cap is.
no,
All the
it's
players are paid
it's
by
50,
the TSN.
it's 50 million divided amongst 9 teams. They're getting more than that in this contract.
No, of
They're,
course they're
they're getting
more.
a lot
I'm
more money,
saying.
but
No,
as
yeah, right.
Rose stated,
The
the players' salaries are paid for by TSN's contract.
Yes.
Everything above that is a bonus. Okay.
Yes.
The
Yep.
gate
Right.
is a bonus. Everything is a bonus. Now we have like $3 million more,
Yeah, more than that even, I think. Above.
and the teams can prosper, at least not lose money. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that number grows as things go on. So
Right.
I mean, David Braley told me that this BC Lions have to drop below 12,000 people in the stadium for him to lose money. That he is
Wait.
profitable up to 12,000 people in the stadium.
Well, you had to be happy with 30,000 in your building last week.
That was fun.
It was a nice crowd. It was fun. And
Yes, it
everybody says,
was.
well, it was all riders, and I'm going, well, I don't know. I
It
think BC
wasn't.
probably put 25,000 in that stadium on their own. I don't think there was 5,000 rider fans in there. I really don't. But
I think in the next year you're going to see an upswing in attendance figures in BC and in Edmonton.
I hope so.
Let's
I hope there's
so.
an
I hope
upswing
see
heard
that
that
everywhere.
everywhere. I'd love to see it everywhere. And it was not 10 years ago that the Saskatchewan Roughriders had a 10-year waiting list for season tickets. 10 years. And where are they now? Why are they there? They're still a solid team. They didn't really tank. They didn't do anything else. What happened? Economy?
Oh,
What was it?
Craig Reynolds.
I don't know. Craig Reynolds. We know that.
Right before the Eskimos gave up their name, Edmonton had 35 to 40,000 people in their stadium every single game. In fact,
that-
Edmonton and Calgary rematch was the biggest regular season game at 58,000
They would,
people.
they would regularly for the rematch get 50,000 plus for the Edmonton Calgary rematch.
Yeah,
That
but
was
I mean,
that
every
was
other
pretty
game
routine.
was 35 plus
Yes, it was.
up until they changed it to the Elks.
Well,
Well-
and the team absolutely tanked.
Well,
On
that
the
all
field.
came hand in hand.
I
All right,
think-
boys, let's
I
do
think
it.
I think it's realistic that Edmonton can get back
Okay.
to 35.
Let's shut down this popsicle stand here now and see what we can do. Okay. You
Yes,
done?
sir.
Anybody else want to bring anything up before we drop it?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay,
we're
this
good.
has been Let's Talk CFL podcast episode number 664. I've been your host, Christopher Jones. Thank you very much for sticking around and listening to football talk with us. I had a lot of fun. I hope you all did. And hope you guys enjoy listening to it. So, Michael, say goodnight.
Good night, everybody, and let's hope Ottawa has a good week.
Fuck off. Rose.
Good night, everybody. Enjoy the football, and I'm going to enjoy a stress-free weekend
William.
with no football.
Well, remember this, guys. There's no way Ottawa's
No
going to
way.
lose to BC.
No way Ottawa loses to BC.
Of course not.
Scotty.
Good night, everyone. Watch some football, and it will be funny if BC loses to Ottawa. Just
That'd
saying.
be hilarious. I just won't be laughing. Charles.
Be funny for everybody else. Good night, everybody. Enjoy the games on the weekend. We'll talk about them next week.
Already. Bye.
Bye.
And I stopped the program.